right, we are back, man. What is going on? Subscribe to the channel, Certified True TV. Let's have a conversation, man. Let's do a mic check. Let's hear it. So we got some news, man. I think it's really insane what's going on in this country. It is the 23rd of September, 2024. It's just getting insane. Like really insane out here. Nobody cares. They don't give a shit what the truth is, what the truth might hold. All right, but let's go through it. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on in 2024? It's called World War III. Middle East staring into the precipice of World War III. I'm going to read that part again. Middle East staring into the precipice of World War III. Israel says it is ready to invade Lebanon. That's crazy. They're ready to invade Lebanon, another country. Israel says it's ready to invade Lebanon after strikes kill 492, including 35 children, in an act leaving the United Nations gravely alarmed. My condolences goes out to the victims in this case, in this story. I think it's really disgusting and sick. See, a guy like me wants truth. I did not want none of this to go on. But here we are today. Didn't want to listen to what I had to say. Israel has warned that it is prepared for a full ground invasion of Lebanon if needed. After the deadliest day of clashes between the two countries in nearly 2 decades. Rear Admiral Daniel Hargari, spokesperson of the IDF, told a televised news conference late Monday that while Israel is not looking for wars, it would do whatever it is necessary to ensure its security after months of violent exchanges with Hezbollah, based out of southern Lebanon. As if this could spell in a full-scale war with Lebanon, he said, is the army prepared? Yes, the army is in full readiness. And we will do whatever is necessary to bring back home all our citizens to the northern border safely. International onlookers accuse Israel of dragging the entire region into chaos after it pounded Lebanon with airstrikes through the day, killing at least 492 people, including 35 children. Egypt urged the United Nations to intervene as the peace body's chief said he was gravely alarmed by the civilian casualties. Turkey joined Egypt in calling on Israel to halt its northern offensive. The thousands of people were displaced from the suburbs in a desperate push to reach the capital before Beirut. 2 fell under Israel's fire. Hearing video showed salvos of IDF missiles hitting villages in the south near the border with Israel in the deadliest day since the 2006 Israel-Hezbollah war. But as residents fled north, traffic caught in gridlock near Sidon was hit by a strike, landing about 200 meters from Sky News reporters. I do believe this is coming to the West. This can't go on in the Middle East, and this is going to be coming to the West. I really believe this. So you better start preparing, man. You better start preparing. Look at the traffic. Now think about it. Look at all the traffic, right? All the people trying to get away from the missiles dropping. Think of the cities in North America, in Canada, United States. How many cars have full tank of gas? How many cars don't? It's really insane. But this is what happens when they have hurricanes and things of that nature. People try to get the F out. And so there's a traffic jam, right? So it's really insane. It's really insane, right? It's really, really insane. So here's Netanyahu. Netanyahu urges Lebanese people to take warning seriously. I can't believe this went on. I really can't. Here we go.
Israel's war is not with you. It's with Hezbollah. For too long, Hezbollah has been using you as human shields. It placed rockets in your living rooms and missiles in your garage. Those rockets and missiles are aimed directly at our cities, directly at our citizens. To defend our people against Hezbollah strikes, we must take out those weapons. Now, starting this morning, the IDF has warned you to get out of harm's way. I urge you, take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way now.
You know, my whole thing is that I wanted peace. I think there should have been a ceasefire a long time ago. But our political liars, so-called leaders, figureheads, they have failed us. They have failed the Canadian people, and they have failed the American people, because this shouldn't even went on. Where's Joe Biden? Oh, yeah, he's not running the White House. His wife is, leading cabinet meetings. I'm going to get to that story. Hellish scenes prompted fury from regional powers, warning the escalation risks dragging the Middle East into a wider war. That's on the market. That's on the table today. It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. I really believe it's coming, because that's what it is. That's what the whole plan was. That's what the whole plan was. More than 1,600 people were wounded during Monday's bombardment of Lebanon alone. Jeez, man. Health Minister Fayez Abdaid said thousands of families had been displaced by the shelling so far. We sleep and wake up to bombardment. That's what our life has become. And Hamas reported shortly after 10 p.m. GMT that its military's branch field commander in southern Lebanon, I think that's Mahmoud al-Nadir, al-Nadir, has been killed in a strike in Lebanon. Regarding the high numbers of casualties, everyone is a tragedy in Lebanon. But world powers have implored Israel and Hezbollah to pull back from the brink of an all-out war, with the focus of violence shifting sharply from Israel's southern front with Gaza to its northern border with Lebanon. Turkey's foreign minister said in a direct warning against escalation conflict that Israel's attacks on Lebanon mark a new phase in its effort to drag the entire region into chaos. That's the plan. So this is where we are over in the Middle East, right? You can see the rockets going off and all these kind of things. I think it's very dangerous. And I do believe this is the precipice of World War III. I really do. And it's sad, man. Children are being murdered. Look at all the people trying to get away. Look at that. It's really crazy. So, this is where we are, man. And I was pretty shocked to see that this is going on today. Right? It breaks down the numbers of the tanks and, armed fighters that Iran has and Israel has and Hezbollah has. I'm just paying attention to it, man. Lots of video. I'm just showing you like the photos of the, mushroom cloud rockets going off, which is really sick. It's really, really sick. Let me show you this video by, I think this is by Fox News. And it shows Joe Biden kicking off a cabinet meeting. Hold on, let me show you. I got to go back a little bit. I got to find. Hold on, I got to go and put this up here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to show you this. So the reason why this can go on and there was no ceasefire, in my humble opinion, is because our leaders failed us. That's why. Like Joe Biden, Justin Trudeau, they completely failed us. Now look at this story, right? Social media erupts after president throws to Jill Biden to speak at cabinet meeting. All yours, kid. No one voted for her to be there, one commenter said. Take a look at this, man. This is crazy. Hold on, let's put that. Just got another ad here. Nobody voted for Jill Biden to run a cabinet meeting. This is wild. Look at this.
Continuing to try to do and try from the beginning to make sure that both the people in northern Israel as well as southern Lebanon are able to go back to their homes. can go back safely.
Well, that's not what's going on.
And the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, our whole team is working in the intelligence community to try to get that done. We're going to keep at it till we get it done.
But you didn't get it
we got
done,
a way
though.
to go.
I literally read it.
Thank you so much.
You literally did not get it done. You failed.
Is it realistic to get to a ceasefire deal or have?
No, it's not realistic. We know it's not. Because they literally killed 492 people in Lebanon. So, no, it's not realistic. Joe Biden is a failure. He's a complete
Too many
failure.
bad things happen that make it difficult.
If I ever said it's not realistic, we might as well leave.
Well, you should have left. It's not realistic. I just read the story. Are you insane? This guy's insane, man.
A lot of the community try to get that
Just
done.
listen.
We're going to keep at it till we get it done, but we've got a way to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. We're moving this way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is it realistic to get to a ceasefire deal or have too many bad things happen that make it difficult?
If I ever said it's not realistic, we might as well leave.
Well, you should have left, Mr. Biden. Yep, you should have left. But he didn't leave, right? But anyway, let's get to the story. So it says social media erupted after First Lady Jill Biden presented at what may be one of President Biden's final cabinet meetings in the White House. Biden convened his cabinet on Friday for the first time since October 2nd, 2023, this time with the First Lady joining him to speak about the White House initiative on women's health research. The president explained Jill Biden's presence there, saying, here and across previous administrations, First Ladies have attended these meetings for specific reasons. This is the first time Jill has joined us. And it goes to show how important the issue is, which she is about to speak to. He concluded by handing off to his wife, saying, it's all yours, kid. Who voted for Jill Biden to run cabinet meetings in America? Nobody can answer that question, right? The New York Post reported that Jill Biden, seated at the head of the cabinet room's board table, read from a banner about maternal health initiatives for 4.5 minutes after her husband spoke for just 2 minutes off the top of the meeting. The president traditionally sits at the center of the table with cabinet members seated in order of the founding of their departments. The last sitting First Lady to attend her husband's cabinet meeting appears to be Hillary Clinton. The amount of influence the First Lady has over Joe Biden and therefore his administration has been a frequent source of controversy. The numerous commentators that took to social media to criticize her presence at the meeting. The New York Post said that Jill Biden is considered by insiders to be the most influential First Lady since Edith Wilson, who technically controlled access to her husband, President Woodrow Wilson, after he suffered a debilitating stroke in October 1919. Digital strategist Greg Price referenced this comparison, saying she's literally Edith Wilson, except right in the open in a 24/7 news cycle, and nobody in the media cares because they don't know, don't care. She's literally Edith Wilson, except right out in the open in a 24/7 news cycle, and nobody in the media cares. Nobody in the media cares. Joe Biden is kicking off the first cabinet meeting at the White House. Joe Biden is kicking off the first cabinet meeting the White House has had in almost a year. We're expected to act like this is normal. No, none of it is normal. I'm gonna play that video here. Hold on, let me play this video. This is crazy. This is insanity, man. Hold on, I gotta share my screen because I got news for you guys. So look at this. Okay, like nobody. Anyway, I digress. This is Joe. This is Joe Biden at the head of the the cabinet meeting.
It'll be Jill Biden, Dr. Biden, the First Lady, in attendance today as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is an important and interesting cabinet meeting because of who is not there, which was Vice President Harris.
She's at the head of the table. Isn't Joe Biden supposed to be doing this? This
Harris,
is
obviously,
insane.
who has her campaign schedule. But then because of the spotlight that the First Lady did have, she talked about the fact that sometimes the White House, in her words, surprises you. And for somebody who has worked on women's health issues for her whole career, frankly, as a teacher, but also as the Second Lady and now as the First Lady, she said one of the things that struck her the most was the inequities in medical research, funding for medical research for women. So this is
okay. So you have that. Let me get to some of the comments here. Hold on a second. Okay, so we got that there. So I'm just going to read you some of what people are saying. It says, wow, a visibly exhausted Joe Biden just held a full cabinet meeting for the first time in 11 months and immediately turned the mic over to his wife, Jill, previous advisor to former President Donald Trump, Steve Cortez said. He went on to ask, who's running the country? It's a good question. Wow, visibly exhausted. Okay, I already read that part. And it says, political commentator Kate Hyde observed, Joe Biden is kicking off the first cabinet meeting the White House has had in almost a year, and we're expected to act like this is normal. Joe Biden is the head of the table at the cabinet meeting. No one voted for her to be there. This must be part of her deal to have Joe drop out of the race. She has no reason to be there. Interesting, right? I wasn't aware that our constitutional system of government bestowed any power whatsoever to the unelected wife of the figurehead president. It's insane that the world's #1 nuclear superpower just sort of stumbled its way into a power vacuum. It's even more insane that the vacuum has been filled by the former ruler's wife, who holds no legal governing authority. And that's the point. The government is illegitimate, and nobody else wants to think about this. Josh Hawley said, is this real? Is this who's running the country? From the Blaze. Pretty crazy, man. Okay, so we got that going on. What's the next one? So yeah, I gotta pull up some of this stuff here on Instagram. Because there's a couple insane stories going on. Okay, so 6Buzz. Oh, yeah, this modern woman. So this modern woman in Toronto stole a taxi, and they're looking for her dumbass. Take a look at this. Oh, I got to put the strong and independent thing in here. So, Toronto police released a video showing a woman who allegedly stole a taxi in the downtown core this past weekend. Look how delusional this woman looks. Look at this. Look at her eyes. Look at that, girl. This woman stole someone's taxi, making a man pay for her mistakes. Look at those. Look at her eyes, bro. They're looking for her dumbass. I hope they do. Right? She must be related to the girl who stole the Porsche. Exactly. Okay. So then we got that going on. There was another thing here. I think that was it. So we covered that one. You know, they released the rapper top 5. So he's out. Okay, so we got that going on. Let's go to X and see if I can get some videos here. Put some commentary on some stuff. I don't care about Trudeau and his nonsense, man. Let's go to Clown World. I mean, there's some stuff there. Taylor Swift fans are out of control. Okay, let's look at this.
So this has been spray painted over like twice already. Oh my gosh. Like, I think they have cameras too. Oh my god. So this has been spray painted over like twice already. Oh my gosh. Like, I think they have
Okay. Okay. She seems nice. Listen to the psychoticness. Listen to it.
You don't tell people what to do. I'm not scared of you. I'm okay. I'm legit.
I'm not asking
I'm
you
legit.
to go.
You don't tell people what to do. I'm not scared of you. I'm okay. I'm legit.
I'm not asking
I'm
you
legit.
to be scared of
I'm
me.
a human being just
I'm
like you.
asking you to go.
I'm not
You
doing
have
nothing.
your
This is what goes on every day. Look.
No, because that's how y'all talk to people and think that y'all heard shit. You bugging. You don't know me, bitch. This is not the modern day. This is a new day. We spend money here. Respect us too, bitch. You bugging. You bugging. I'm not scared of no police. I am a fucking citizen just like you, and you will respect us too. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all bitches is bugging. It's the new
I'm
day.
bugging. You're in the grocery store in front of babies and
Look.
In
and
front
I'm
of babies. Ask anybody.
This is what they do.
Yes,
They pull their
officer,
phone out
please, we need
and they
assistance.
antagonize
I'm not gonna
people.
touch your mother.
They want to
I
get
have
under
more training
people's
than you
skin. That's how they live every
savage-ass
day.
white people.
It's funny.
who's fucking racist.
You racist. I heard your mother talking to him like shit when I was on the phone.
She was doing that.
She was talking to him like shit when I was on the phone. Now y'all get agitated with black people. Bitch, we spend $1,000 every month for here.
I don't give a
Fuck
fuck
is
if
you
you
talking
spend
about?
$5
Stop
in
disrespecting
here.
me because I'm telling you, I will knock you the fuck.
Man, hold on. Let me go back. Let's put this up here. I want to hear what the sister has to say because just by the sound of this woman's voice, she sounds like a Karen. You know what I'm saying? The childless cat lady. Don't know if she has children, but they're just miserable at their own lives, so they want to make everybody else's lives miserable. That's who they are, right?
Yes, officer, please, we need assistance. I'm not going to touch your mother. I have more training than you fucking savage-ass white people.
Who's fucking racist now?
You racist. You racist. I heard your mother talking to him like shit when I was on the phone.
She was doing that.
She was talking to him like shit when I was on the phone. Now y'all get agitated with black people. Bitch, we spend $1,000 every month for here.
I don't give a
Fuck
fuck
is
if
you
you
talking
spend $5
Stop
in
disrespecting me
here.
because I'm telling you, I will knock you the fuck out.
That's
I will
it.
knock you clean out.
There you go.
It don't mean shit. She was in the room. She never said
You
sorry.
can't fix it.
How everything was
So
paid
y'all
for.
can just talk to people like
The
that.
guys on top says
White privilege.
They talk to people like someone owes them something. I say nothing to these cowards. They scum. I don't say nothing to them. I'm done. If you sound like the woman recording, I will never talk to you ever again. No, thank you. You go do that to someone that can put up with
everything
it.
was
So
paid
y'all
for.
can just talk to people like
The
that.
guys on top says
White privilege.
So in this story, I respect the sister. Yep, I respect her. She stood 10 toes down. I respect it. And I'm going to put a comment in here. So I respect it. Moving on. Okay, what we got? Damn. So this person is doing some wild shit here.
She's fucking drunk. The whole drunk. This is what's happening right now. Don't hit nobody car.
Look at that.
Somebody call the police. The hoe gon' look at the hoe, man. Look at the hoe. Dumb as fuck. Stupid as fuck. Look at the hoe, man. The hoe finna.
Okay, what's this one? All right, so this one's End Wokeness. It said 16 pet cats have suddenly disappeared in Bangor, Maine. No remains were found. Experts don't believe an animal did this. Let's listen.
This is the last street that she was seen on.
2 weeks ago, Ann Foster's cat, Frankie Blue Eyes, went out at night as she usually
run
does.
in this country
But this
via the
time,
Democrats,
she never-
via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. If you look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children.
Never came home.
She's so amazing and lovable. It's really a hole in my heart without her.
Frankie is one of at least
Where did the
16
cats go?
cats in Bangor's Fairmount neighborhood that have gone missing in the past 2 months.
They just disappeared without a trace.
It's been a month since Matt Morgan's cat
Where did the cats
Eloise
go?
went
Is someone
missing.
out there eating
Morgan
cats?
says in the time that he's lived in the neighborhood, this influx is unusual.
There was never this kind of spike of this kind of activity.
Are the Haitians out
And
there
the
eating
animals
cats?
that disappeared, you know, they either were found, you know,
happened, though?
later, or
Are the
it just
Haitians out
wasn't
there
at that
eating cats?
rate.
None of these cats have been found,
insanity,
making
man.
it hard for cat owners to get closure.
It's like you're in grief, but you can't really grieve because you
Right, are
don't
the
know
Haitians
if
out there
they're
barbecuing
actually
cats?
gone.
What's on many neighbors'
Oops,
minds is
dog.
why did
What are
this
they doing out
happen?
there?
Bangor's animal control officer,
don't
Trisha
follow our
Bruin, who
laws,
is
I don't
investigating these incidents, says she believes the cats were killed by wildlife. But she says it's possible some cats ran away and will return or were stolen. The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries
Stolen
and
for-
Wildlife, though,
for
does
food.
not believe it's wildlife, as foxes, coyotes, and fishers have always been
Right? Stolen for food. Insanity. What's this one here? Okay, it says the Biden-Harris administration issued uncontroversial executive order to utilize taxpayer funds. Okay, here's another one. So the Biden regime has issued the unconstitutional executive order 14019, which utilizes taxpayer funds to facilitate the registration and voting access of non-citizens. God save America. Please share. Let's play that up there.
I want to ask you about President Biden's Executive Order 14019 on promoting access to voting. Can you speak to some of the concerns with this executive order?
Absolutely. First of all, I believe that it's unconstitutional. But having said that, why is it that the Biden administration has absolutely resisted every effort to turn over any of the plans by any of the agencies? The House
Because the government is
House
illegitimate.
Committee on Administration issued subpoenas in July to every cabinet secretary and have asking for the plans for implementing Executive Order 14019. And not a single agency plan has been turned over to the House Administration Committee. And I included in my written testimony a file from a whistleblower who sent to me. He is a U.S. Marshal, and he sent the Department of Justice guidelines, instructions to all the U.S. Marshals, requiring them, notifying them that they are required to offer voter registration materials and voter education materials to everyone with whom they come into contact, including, and he sent me a file of someone who had to be registered to vote, who is a prisoner in a Texas federal facility. He's imprisoned for violating federal law because he was deported and returned. He's a Mexican citizen. It says that in his file, and he was registered to vote, and they're required to give him voter registration materials. That is happening in federal prisons all over the country.
So let me ask you, then, is it your understanding that they are actually implementing the very plans that they refuse to turn over to Congress?
They're absolutely doing that, and we only know, we get bits and snatches from people, from whistleblowers.
Yeah, they're very illegitimate. It's really insane.
And from various sources, but nothing official. And if you want to know the most, you go to the Demos website, which is a left-wing organization, and they have literally been dispatched by the White House to federal agencies to help them implement this plan. They know more about what's going on in these agencies to implement this executive order than any member of Congress.
Are they involved with implementing the executive order?
Yes, they are.
And are they in compliance with FACA or the Federal Advisory Committee Act?
No, they are not. No, they are not.
So they're violating FACA.
They are
in doing
violating
this.
that. Yes, they are. And they brag about all the agencies that they have assisted over the last 3 years with implementing the executive order.
This executive order obviously involves these various federal agencies in the voting process. And besides the concern that these agencies do not have expertise in this area, should the American people be concerned that this will be administered by a politically appointed officials of the Biden-Harris administration?
Well, absolutely, because the original executive order required that every plan had to be submitted to the White House, to the director of the Office of Domestic Policy, which at the time was held by Susan Rice. And it also goes on to say that federal funds and grants will be disseminated through the White House by the Office of Domestic Policy, by Susan Rice, and we do not know to this day who got the grants, how much they got. We know nothing about that.
So in terms of these plans, were they all submitted to the White House for review?
We presume that they were, because they were directed to do that, but we don't know.
And they're being implemented as we speak.
They are being implemented.
But we as Congress have not been able to get our hands on the documents.
Not a single document.
I guess I have a question. Why would they want to hide this information?
That's a good question.
Yeah, and then I got another thing here. Hold on. It says, coming to a small town near you during the next 4 years if Kamala Harris wins. Haitians have formed a militia in Ohio. Import the third world, become the fourth. Oh, okay. There was a note here. So no, that was Israel. Apologize. Now take a look at the Canadian politics, right? Well, 3 minutes of your life you won't get back. But if you want to see a masterclass of gaslighting, watch this. Let's play it.
You and your colleagues really spent the week accusing the Tories of acting in their own self-interest by trying to force an election. But ultimately, aren't you just avoiding an election out of your own self-interest?
Right? He's on the liberal side. Listen to how he speaks.
Now, pardon me, that doesn't
all
show
gaslighting.
Your party would lose and lose substantially.
It's crazy.
I mean, if
I would
you
never
look
vote
at
again.
what we've actually been doing in the House of Commons, we've been trying to continue to advance the meaningful policies that Canadians are looking for us to work on. I mean, Canadians don't want an election right now. What Canadians
I do.
want
I'm a Canadian. I want an election.
Parties
right now.
within the House of Commons to be working together. We had a really good arrangement with the NDP where we accomplished a lot together. We still had a year left in that, and they chose to get out of that deal for their own political self-interest. So, I mean, we're focused on Canadians. We're going to continue doing that, and we're going to continue fighting to enshrine the policies that we brought into this point, but to further advance more objectives for Canadians.
But does that actually address the moment that Canadians find themselves in, that they expressed so clearly to your party in the most recent by-election in Montreal and in Toronto at the outset of the summer? The safest liberal ridings in the country signaled to your government that keeping on is not meeting the moment for them. Why aren't you putting more on the agenda right now?
Well, I mean, like we've done a number of things within the last year. I mean, pharmacare, dental care, national child
and you
school
still
food
lost.
program. I mean, like we've been working on so much. The reality is that what Canadians want is they want.
He doesn't speak for me. He cannot tell me what I
want. Their interests.
So
that's what we've been focusing on. We had a.
But what if they feel like that you're not advancing their interests?
Well,
is that not the message they're sending you? And I know that your party often, counters, the polls are just the polls, but the polls have now been borne out in 2 by-elections in some of the safest seats the Liberals have ever had. You've lost both of them.
We will continue to advocate on behalf of Canadians. We'll continue to put our agenda forward. When we look at the by-elections, yes, there's definitely an opportunity there to self-reflect, to understand, what is going on, how we need to reposition ourselves. But it doesn't mean we're going to give up. We're going to keep fighting for Canadians. That's what we've been doing this whole time.
May I ask, what does that mean? And why is the message received from these by-elections to your party not, we need to do more, not just more of the same?
Canadians right now aren't in
doing the same thing, trying to get a different result. It's called insanity.
We've had some by-elections. The voter turnout in those by-elections is significantly lower than a general election. When we get to a general election, we'll have the opportunity to present to Canadians exactly what it is that we want to continue to do to fight for them. In addition to the incredible stuff that we were able to do with the NDP, as I already mentioned, we did a lot together when you look back on it. Why the NDP decided to abandon that agreement to play politics alongside the Conservatives, it speaks volumes to their ability to
maybe because they've lost faith in your government, but
it speaks volumes to their ability to resist
in your government, but
volumes to their ability to
maybe because they've lost faith in your government, but
it speaks volumes to their ability to
maybe because they've lost faith in your government, but
yeah, we lost faith in your government. The Canadian government, the figureheads, they're illegitimate. They've been completely illegitimate for a long time. This is another one. Let's see. So it says average white woman for Kamala. Let's listen.
Oprah and Kamala have me crying. It's like the nostalgia of Oprah in the 90s after high school, but like with the hope of today with Kamala, and there's a Swiftie right behind him.
Man, they're psychotic, man. All right, so this was posted, and it says about the immigrants, right? It's August 30th, 2024. It says, I am writing on behalf of my client, said residents who's assisted by the federal government of Canada under the Resettlement Assistance Program, RAP, of Immigration, Refugees and Citizens of Canada, IRCC. The length of the program is 12 months from the date of their arrival in Canada. Under the RAP program, the clients receive a monthly allowance of $1,899.41 to supplement their income. The clients are also entitled to a monthly earnings of $949.70 under the employment incentive policy of the RAP program. In addition, the clients are also eligible for the child tax credit. That's why they want to come into this country, have babies, so they can get this child tax credit, a monthly amount of approximately $1,800. The client is also eligible for a monthly allowance of $500 from RAP housing top-up allowance. Family also gets a startup allowance. Think about it. They get a startup allowance of $8,326.14 for basic household needs, furniture, and clothing. And the program termination. Okay, but this is what they posted. So someone posted it. I think it's important so you guys can see that for yourself. Like, this is what they get. They don't assimilate. Oh yeah, here's another one, right? So it says, what the Jeffrey Epstein is going on. Good Morning America, aka GMA, has on some little boy dressed as a girl or trans doing drag. Leave the kids alone. I agree with this. I retweeted that. What they want for their child, man. What they want. They want to feminize at a young age. And they're all laughing. Look at that. Think about this. None of these guys ask any questions of this boy dressed as a female coming out, and they're just clapping. Right? Children can't make the decisions to go get their license, can't get a tattoo, right? They can't get a tattoo, they can't get a driver's license. What else can they get? They can't buy alcohol. But if you can put on a dress and walk out on Good Morning America, they clap for you. They want feminized men. Look. There you go. Look. That is disgusting.
By football.
Look at that.
Hello, Jasmine. How are you? How you doing?
Thanks for being here. I love that you love root beer, caffeine free. I can get on board with that.
My mom doesn't like me drinking caffeine.
Does it make you hyper? Yeah, me too. They don't like when I drink caffeine either. But Jasmine, you're one of the youngest and first drag queen/kids. And I've heard that you've gotten messages from young adults who look up to you for being who you are. What are some of the notes you've gotten?
Some of the notes I've gotten are like that.
This is what they want. This is what they want. Look right here. So anyway, that's what I got. Protect your children, man. And the liberal women, right? The white women for Kamala, they clap. The white dudes for Harris, they clap. Because they're low T men. That's what they are. We know this. It's really great. Let me go to some of the comments here. Look. He says, right? By the way, this is at least 5 years old, and there was a little outrage then. People are waking up, but I've been talking about this kind of stuff 16 years. Okay. He says, this strikes me as a child sex abuse or child endangerment. Everyone involved should be investigated. I agree with that. He said, so they were called on the boy a number of times, hundreds of them, because they said he was performing at bars for adult men. but I guess it ended up being okay according to local law enforcement. So here it is right here, 2019. It says family of drag kid Desmond, 11, investigated and cleared by authorities, unfounded. It's really sick. Do you watch it? No, I don't watch it. But anyway, that's what I got there for that story. So now here's the difference, right? It says she can't even be a school president. Here's the difference of how Trump answers questions versus Kamala.
How are you going to bring down the cost of food and groceries?
Good. Very good. Thank you. So we have to start always with energy. Always. I don't want to be boring about it, but there's no bigger subject. It covers everything. If you make donuts, if you make cars, whatever you make, energy is a big deal. And we're going to get that. It's my ambition to get your energy bill within 12 months down 50%. If I can do that, we've done a hell of a job. 5-0, not 15, 50. Interest rates are going to follow, and actually they're going to follow for another reason. The economy is now not good. And interest rates, you'll see they'll do the rate cut and all the political stuff tomorrow, I think. And, will he do a half a point? Will he do a quarter of a point? But the reason is because the economy is not good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do it. But we're going to get interest rates down, and we got to work with our farmers. Our farmers are being decimated right now. They're being absolutely decimated. And, one of the reasons is we allow a lot of farm product into our country. We're going to have to be a little bit like other countries. We're not going to allow so much We're going to let our farmers go to work.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
She has no plan.
Yeah. First of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that.
Anyway, I got to set up a next story here. So this next story that we're going to set up and stream is really, it goes on to, the next story here. It's really sick. It's really, really sick. So I'm going to set that up and we're going to stream that up. Like the video and let me know what you think under this video. Certified